My first name is Uttama.
Uttama.
Yeah, and my nickname is Chon.
Chun.
Yeah. Now I am 21 years old. Actually, I was born in Myanmar.
Oh, Myanmar.
Yeah, I came from Myanmar. But I live in Thailand. Now it's almost 11 years.
Okay.
Yeah, it's quite long. Yeah, yeah. And what about you guys? Where are you from? And what's your name?
My name is Victor.
Victor.
Yep, Victor. I'm from. I was born in New York.
Oh, New
Yeah.
York.
My parents are from China though.
Yeah, yeah. You're looking like Asian people.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, people tell me I look a little Thai.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
My name is David.
David,
I'm born in New York,
New York.
and
Okay.
my mother's from Lopburi.
Lopburi.
Locally.
Lopburi.
Oh, yeah. and
Is this in Thailand?
Thai.
yeah,
Wow.
in Thailand. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
half Thai.
Yeah.
My
And
father is from Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. So now you can speak Thai?
นิดหน่อยครับ
นิดหน่อย
I'm learning.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No problem.
No
we can learn
Thai.
together.
Yes.
Yeah.
No Thai.
Yeah, yeah. We can exchange.
Yeah.
Okay, my name is M. Or just nickname. Okay, just call me M.
Yep.
Okay, I'm come from Thai, so in Chiang Rai. Yeah. Okay, very glad to be here and share some ideas and asking some about the Buddhist culture or
Yep.
talk to the monk who maybe have known about the Dhamma more than us maybe.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you have any questions, so ask him, and maybe I also will share some idea about this because I also used to be a monk before.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, former.
I'm just therefore ex-monk, like but many years ago, I just wrote first. That's normal.
My
Yeah.
senior monk.
I was in like at the same faculty, like I study the same faculty, the same university. Yeah, but before I was just like him to come to join monk share.
Yeah.
Talking to the
Oh, okay.
foreigner. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Actually,
yeah.
I love talking. Sorry, I love talking with the foreigners. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
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 Well, how's your English is really good. Do they teach you in school or?
Actually, most of the time I practice by myself.
Oh, okay.
wow.
But here I choose the English humanity. It's like faculty of English humanity.
Okay.
And in the time they speak English all the time. My teacher also come from another country. Like England, something like that. And they always speak English to us.
Wow.
And here we have a lot of students. They came from many countries.
Okay.
For example, like Myanmar, Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Nepal, something like that. Yeah,
Okay.
it's quite to be international university. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow. So why did you decide to become a monk?
So
Is it something you decide or is it determined? Like your family chooses for you, or is it your free will?
my reason is a little bit, funny. When I was very young, I was born in a family of the Buddhist people. So my father, he used to be a monk before, and when I grew up, and we have temple in my hometown, and I got used to live with the monks in the temple, and I have a lot of monks friends. So, and some of them they ask me, "Do you want to be a monk?" Something like that. And at that time, I just said that, "Oh, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to be a monk yet." Something like that. But I went back home. I went back home, and my mother, she let me take care like my younger brother. And at that time, I was very lazy. I can say that I'm a lazy man, and I just do what I want to do at the time. I just smoking with my friends. I just follow my friends because all of my friends at the time are very, like a bad boy, something like that. And they smoking, they drinking even alcohol, and I do, I did go to the forest, like shooting the bird or hunting animals, something like that. And that is my favorite thing to do at the time. But my family, they don't like that behavior. It's like you were still very young, something, but you did something like this. This is not good for you. This is not properly to you to do that. And they want me, they want me to live in the temple because they believe that temple can help me to be better person, something like that. And I tried to put myself in the temple like 10 days. I can't live in the temple because the temple monks and novices, they have a limited life. Sometimes you want to do something but you can't do because you are monk. You want to do something like this because in useful way. Yeah.
So, as a follow-up to that question, do you guys pay attention to what's going on in the world, or do you, in terms of like mindfulness, I know you guys focus mainly on yourself,
Yeah.
what's going on here, but do you guys watch the news, keep up with it, or just
Yeah.
whenever it happens?
We also like watching the news from around the world, but not often.
Not often. Okay.
Yeah, but we mostly watching the news from the Thailand.
Oh, okay.
From Thailand.
Thailand.
Not so much from another
Okay.
country. Yeah.
Okay.
So, in like the simplest term, how would you define mindfulness? If you could put it in like maybe a sentence or so, sentence or two.
Yeah. At first, I have to say that so mindfulness is a part of meditation. Meditation, there are two kinds of it. The first is we call concentration meditation,
Okay.
and the second one we call insight meditation. So meditation is belong to insight meditation. It is the second one. Meditation, there are four foundation of it. So the first one we call body mindfulness, and the second one is we call feeling mindfulness, and the third one is mind mindfulness, and the last one is dharma mindfulness. So what is the body mindfulness? The body mindfulness in this case is mean since you wake up in the morning, since you wake up in the morning, you try to know every step of your movement body. For example, now you're sleeping and you're going to wake up. When you wake up and you know yourself, oh, now you wake up, and when you're going to go to the bedroom, you're watching your face, something like that, and you know every step, like your right legs or your right, going to walk. When you up your feet, you know the step of walk, upping, and when you stand up like forward, like walking on forward, something like that, and you know that step. And when you're going to like touching on the ground, and you know that step as well. Like you try to put mindfulness every step of your movement, legs, something like that.
Do you know the term autopilot?
Yeah, like
Autopilot? Do you know what that is?
yeah. We try to put mindfulness every action, every movement of the body. This is we call body mindfulness. Even though you're walking with, maybe you might walking with your friends, but you're walking with mindfulness. You know every step of you walking, like right, left. But your friends might walking with smartphone, walking, and during the same time he might calling the phone. He might looking at those people and something. At that time he don't have a mindfulness. But for you walking with mindfulness. So during you try to put mindfulness on your step, like up, right, and up and going and touching, and during you put mindfulness on those steps, your mind never have time to think about the other things because your mind will focus on the present moment. So at that time when you have mindfulness, that means you be aware in the present moment. When you be aware in the present moment, that means you live with yourself. You don't live with the technology, you don't live with the people, or you don't live with your thinking, but you live with with your step, every step of you walking.
So you're concentrated, you're focused on everything you do. So if I move, like I know,
Yeah.
I'm not doing it because it's a reaction. I'm actually
Because the people they do everything by like instinct, instinct,
Yeah.
instinct of the human
Sleepwalking, yeah.
being, like automatically. For example, if you buy a car,
Yeah.
if you drive a car, and suppose that there is someone like cut in front of you, at a time, if you don't have mindfulness, maybe immediately you might get angry, you might get angry. So if you follow your angry, at a time you angry might lead you to speak some bad word to him. Maybe you might talking like, what the fuck are you doing? Why you drive like this? Something like that. But if you have mindfulness at the time, so this mindfulness will be the choice for you. It's like it will make you to have a choice in your mind. Like, oh, maybe this guy have really important than me. The really important reason than me. Maybe his wife going to have a new child. Maybe his mother going to die, or maybe his father going to go somewhere tomorrow or now, and he has the reason very important than me, and I just let him go. And this word is like your choice to say. Maybe if you don't have mindfulness, you might automatically talking bad word by your instinct of the human being,
Yeah.
because you get angry and you just follow your angry. So if you follow your angry, that means you are the same. You are angry. You are the anger.
Yeah.
You and anger be the same together at a time. But if you see the anger at the time, you will be you, and the anger will be anger. You are here, but the anger will here, and you see it how reacted it. But if you follow it, that means you are the anger. If you don't follow it, the anger will disappear. I mean, if you see the anger immediately, the anger will reduce immediately. But if you don't see it, you follow it. You follow it, and also increase, something like that. This is like the body. Even you move your body every time, everywhere. What are you doing? Where are you? And you just know every part of your body. Like now, you walking, you speaking to me, and you do everything. You just put mindfulness on it. Not do it for free. If you just do it for free, you got nothing. Maybe you do something like not really important, but when you put mindfulness, that means that thing might be the really important thing to you. This is like we call it the body mindfulness. Yeah, and the second one is feeling, right? Feeling mindfulness. Feeling mindfulness in this case mean maybe you might feel cool, maybe you might feel hot, or maybe you might feel pain, something like that. So those things is like the feeling of the body. So when those things happen to you, you just put mindfulness on it. You just know it, be aware with it, not complain with it. Oh, now it's hot. Oh, now it's cool. I don't work. I don't really want to go somewhere. Not do it. It's not like that. That's not the thing we should do. But we should live with it in the in the clever way, in the smart way, and be happy with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the third one is mindfulness. So this mind, in this case, is a little bit important than like the past one, because mind is like everything for ourselves. So mind is the leader. So now you are here because your mind lead you to be here, because your mind want to see something beautiful, something interesting, because all the things come from your mind, and then you're here because of your mind. And that's why in Buddhism we try to know our mind. We try to put mindfulness with our mind, because this mind sometimes can think in the past time, can think in the future time. Maybe this time can get angry. Maybe this mind can get angry. Maybe this mind can get depression, sadness. Maybe this mind, everything this mind can be. If we follow it, we will be like step of the mind. For example, if you get angry with me, that is about your mind. If you get angry with me, maybe now we are talking together, and you're feeling like, oh, this monk talking like very bad to me. I don't like him. So environment of you there may be like the phone, like the chair, or you might take some kind of those thing to hit me because of you don't like me. So those things is come from your mind because your mind get angry. So you follow your mind. Your mind lead you to kill me, and then you just take the chair to kill me. So after you kill me, you have to be in the present for your whole life. It's just because of your 1 minute of anger lead you to do some kind of those things. And after you do those things, you feel like very sad. You feel like, oh, why I did something like this. At a time, if you have mindfulness, maybe this mindfulness can help you, can stop your anger. But if you don't have mindfulness, you just follow your anger. Anger leads you to kill me, and you just kill me, and there's nothing because this is automatically by instinct of the human being.
So just like thinking before you do anything, reacting wise, not just immediately
Yeah.
going into your feelings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes this mind gets sadness, right? Because you love someone, and that girl don't love you, or that girl might love another one, and you feel like, oh, very sad. I'm alone, and you feel like lonely, something like that. Maybe some people they can also kill themselves, because they can't manage their mind. They don't know how to do it. They don't know how to fix that mind, and that's why they just do easy is do suicide, kill themselves, and that's all. That is stupid thing. Actually, if we have mindfulness, we will have the best way to fix this problem.
I have a question. What do you think? Actually, you could finish the fourth one, and
Yeah.
then we could talk about it.
And this is third one, right? And the fourth one is the Dharma. Dharma in this case is mean the real of the nature, or the real of the world, truth of the world, something like that. So in this case, my teacher used to
It's the wheel of life, right?
yeah, the real life.
Yeah.
Used to let me sitting 1 hour. Because at that time I asked him like, what is the Dharma mindfulness in this case mean? And he just, you sit there, and I just get confusing like what something like that. And he just said to me, you sit there, you just sit there, you ask nothing. So 1 hour I sit there, and I feeling like, oh, my back is getting hurt, and my legs and my body getting hurt. Oh, I can't sitting there. And my feeling was like, oh, why do I have to do something like this? And I asked and my teacher said that is the truth. That is the truth of nature. That is impermanent. That is the suffering. So suffering, impermanent, those things is like the truth of the life, the truth of the nature. So you get pain, that means you listen. That is your lesson. That is the Dharma. You get pain, your body, your legs, your back. Those things is like teach you this is the real of nature. Everything is impermanent. Everything is changed all the time. Even our mind. This time our mind may be happy. You talk to me. But after you talk to me, you go back to your hometown. Maybe you see another thing which is you don't like, and you feel like, oh, very bad. You feel sad. You feel angry. This are like always change. Everything changes all the time. Yeah.
Okay.
Changing is the Dharma.
Yeah.
The Dharma is nature. Nature is a changing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So essentially, the Dharma wheel of life is basically the fact that it's the realization that everything is constantly changing, suffering is inevitable,
Yeah.
and everything is temporary.
Yeah.
Okay.
In Buddhism, we're talking about 3 characteristics. The first one, as I mentioned just now, the first one is impermanent. The second one is suffering, and the last one is non-self. So impermanent, it means change. As I mentioned, change. Everything changed. Now you are how old are you now?
26.
26.
27.
27. So at the first time, we all start from first day. Now I'm 20. I'm 21. From the first day, from the 1 year to 20 years now. That means I change life like day by day until today. That means change all the time. Like sometimes you can consider like the leaves in front outside for the tree, something like that. The first time is getting green, like very green, beautiful. But what about for a long time, like five, 5 months later, it's getting yellow, and finally it's down from the tree, and finally disappear from this world, and that is like impermanent. Even this table, even everything in this room, have to disappear in the finally. Like this table at the first time is like we can see now it's really new, and everyone love it, everyone want it. But what about after 20 years later, it's getting old and broken and disappear. We all have to be like that. We all have to die in finally. Like everything in this world is impermanent, but there one thing is permanent. Can you guess? Can you guys guess what does that mean?
What's permanent?
Yeah, there's one thing.
Is it like your soul, or is that
Yeah, maybe you can think like so. Okay, that's no problem.
permanent? I mean,
I need a second.
yeah, I don't.
Yeah. What about you? Sorry for asking that.
No, it's okay. It's a good question. I don't know.
never think of this before. So I never heard like what's this?
I mean, life moves on. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard. I don't know.
Yeah,
The only thing
I will
that's
tell you.
permanent,
I will tell you.
I think I know,
Yeah.
is the fact that the three things that you mentioned keep happening. The Dharma wheel, isn't that the only permanent thing? That it's always going to continue, just a cycle?
Impermanent is another permanent,
No.
but it's still impermanent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But another one is we call death.
What is
Death.
it?
Death?
Death.
Death.
Oh, death.
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 Oh, I know.
Oh, okay.
Death.
Yeah.
Die. Something like
Yeah.
that.
That's okay.
The Buddha said that ชีวิตตังเมนิยตังมรณังเมนิชีวิตตังเมอนิยตังมรณังเมนิยตัง That means my life is impermanent, but my death is permanent. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see.
Like everything is impermanent in this world. Everything have to change, and finally broken, die, and disappear. We all have to be like that. We all have to die. So there is impermanent. That is impermanent. Another one is suffering. Actually, suffering in this case is mean changing this, but I will explain you in that we can understand as easier. Suffering in this case is mean you can consider since you were born at the first day. At a time you cry, right? And you cry. You feel you don't know anything, but you cry. That means suffering. So when you grow up, and you have to take care of your body. You have to take a shower. Sometimes you're really lazy, but you don't do it. But you have to do it because if you don't take a shower, maybe you can make everyone in front of environment of you suffering. I mean smelling.
Yes, smell.
Yeah. And after that, you have to find food. You have to find the money. You have to find the house, build the house to live. Even sometimes you have to buy the new car. Those things also suffering. Maybe you want something, but you can't get that one. That is also suffering. Maybe you lost someone you love in your life. That is also suffering. Maybe you love someone, but that one don't love you back. That is also suffering. Even that one love you back, maybe. I mean, girlfriend or boyfriend you have. But one day you still worry, because you worry that that girl maybe love another one in someday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when she loves someone, that means you get, very. When you worry, that means you suffer. Yeah, you get suffering. So when you grow up, you have more responsibility in your life. You have to take care, education. You have to do education. You have to study. You have to do work. Even sometimes you don't want to do it, but that is really important in your life. If you don't do it, you can't survive in your life in this world. So that is also suffering. You grow up more than that. You have wife. You have children. You have to take care of her. You You have to take care to your children. Maybe you want to go somewhere, but there, the people behind of you, I mean your wife, your children still behind of you. You can't go anywhere. You have to take care of them. Yeah. Maybe, you know, so to take care of those people is also suffering. Even you are going to die, you get sickness, illness, those also suffering. And dying also suffering. So what is happiness in this world? We can find small happiness in this world. The one who clever can find happier than the one who don't know. The one who don't know how to find the happiness. So there are also happiness among of big suffering in this world. I can say that this world is full by suffering, but among of it still have small happiness. But those happiness is still be the cause of suffering at the same time. You know what I mean? So suppose that you have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
So during you have a girlfriend, at a time you guys might date together, go somewhere eating food and laugh together and love each other and sleep with each other. But those all things still be the cause of suffering, because someday she will leave you, or you will leave her. It is who is the first going to leave is like the one behind. If she leave you first, you suffer, because you miss the story behind you. You miss the day you date together. You miss the day you went together and do something many things. So when you miss that time, there's also suffering. Maybe people can get sadness, and kill themselves even, because they don't know how to solve the problem. And maybe you might, drinking alcohol with your friends. During your drinking, it's really fun. It's really happy. During your drinking, you feel happy. You feel like, oh, this is my friend, and we live together, and now we drink together. It's just really happy. But after you're drinking, you get drunk. Maybe you might drive, and you crash the car, or maybe at a time you don't have mindfulness. You might crash by car, or you might, falling yourself and you die. Who knows? Everything can happen. Everything is, impermanent. Like this is the suffering. And the last one is non-self. Yeah, last one is non-self. Everyone in this world, they try to like keeping everything that happened in their life. In this life, I don't know how to say. This life is like the river. Yeah, and you are here, and the river over here. The river is floating, and you see the river, and you just get the river. For example, your life. During you spend a life, there are many things happen. If you just keep those things, this is my car, this is my belonging, this is my phone, this is my house, this is my bicycle, this is mine. So if we just only know the way to get, but we don't know the way to let it go, that is also will be the cause of suffering. Because keeping. More you keep, more is heavy. More is heavy, more is suffer. You know what I mean? But if you know the way how to keep it, and you know the way how to let it go, like let it come and let it go in this, because everything is not ours. But nowadays the people try to keep everything because they think this is mine, this is my car, this is my everything, and that's why they suffer, because of they think this is mine. And Buddhism, we don't support to keep everything, but we learn how to keep. At the same way, we learn how to let it go as well. If you only know the way how to keep, and you don't know the way how to let it go, you will have a big suffering in your life.
Okay. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
So, I'm just curious. Do you have any questions for us, or is something you want to know what we think or our beliefs or anything
Yeah.
in particular? Do you any
Do,
questions?
do you guys have any religion?
No.
No.
My parents currently no. I mean, I believe in religion in terms of I've studied different religions. Like, I was born Christian. My parents raised me Christian. And then I stopped going to church. I did not want to go to church on Sundays. I wanted to stay home and watch TV. And then,
Because it is free time, you want to do
No.
something
Yeah,
fun.
exactly.
I know.
and then after that, I was atheist for a little bit. And then I found spirituality, but I'm not necessarily religious. I studied a lot of Buddhism and also like Western Buddhism, especially and Japanese and Chinese Buddhism. But currently, still figuring it out.
Yeah.
It's not an easy decision to make.
I'm not religious. My mother is, Buddhist. My grandfather's Buddhist.
Yeah.
But my father's side, they don't really practice religion. And because I'm not religious, but I do agree with your ideas.
It's not my idea.
Oh, not the idea. Sorry.
It's what I have studied
What you
in
studied.
Buddhism. Yeah.
And, yeah, I do agree with those.
That's all it's about teaching of the Buddha.
Yeah, the teaching of the Buddha. For me, I think suffering and happiness is a bit different. I think
Yeah.
happiness is something that comes from you. I think, for me, like I don't smoke. I drink with friends, but I don't drink to get drunk. I don't like getting drunk.
Yeah.
I drink either to talk because other people drink, or I drink because it makes food taste better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So and for me, I think people have happiness depending on what they want. So some people like money for happiness, fame, fortune, or some people just like to do good, makes them happy. I don't think happiness could be a lot of different things. And suffering to me is, I think it's important in life to learn to become better. When you fall and you hurt yourself, you understand, you learn for the next time.
Yeah.
Or when you said your girlfriend reject you, I think that's part of moving on, to learn that there's more you can try, and there's more people out there that is more compatible with you. Or I think sometimes when you have a bad grade or you get yelled at by someone, is learning.
Yeah.
Is learning to be mindful, to grow as a person.
Yeah.
So I mean that's what I think it suffering and happiness comes from. Yeah.
I also think like the happiness and suffering, it depends on the people. It's not, oh, this is my happiness. But for you, maybe you might not happy. It's not your happiness maybe, but my happiness. So the happiness in this case mean it depends on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the real, like the true happiness in Buddhism is the happiness from understanding the world, the truth of the nature. So when you understanding and experience again and again, and finally you get boring, like this world is full by suffering. This world is impermanent. Like you understand the truth of everything in this world, and finally you get boring at it. You bore it, like you don't want this world again. And those people, they will try to do meditation to purify their mind, to get higher level of the human being. Because in Buddhism there are four of it. The first we call Sotapanna. The second one is Sakatakhami, and the third one is Anakhami, and the last one is Arahata. So in Buddhism, the Buddha really, really encouraged this full of the people who can practice themselves until they get full on the level of the human being. So, yeah.
Anything?
Do you have any more questions or curiosity?
Yeah, I think because I assume you have more questions because a lot of people come here probably ask about
Yeah.
Buddhism. So
Yeah.
do you have questions on for us?
Yeah, of course I have.
Yeah.
What is the first thing in your mind when you heard about monks?
I think so. When I was a kid,
Yeah.
maybe around like 10, my mother and my grandfather, they always go to the temple to give monks the food.
Yeah.
And when I saw like a monks for the first time, I thought they're very a lot of meditation and more focused on peace, I guess.
Yeah.
Like enjoying what they have without having anything. So I
Can be
think
happy without.
happy without everything.
Yeah,
so it's
without.
happy, a focus in the mind that
Yeah.
you know what you need to do and you're happy with what you have.
Yeah.
And that's I think that takes a long time to achieve, and I think that's the first thing I think about.
Wow, such a long the first thing.
It's a long time. I mean, the Japanese, they, when they work in their profession, they put a lot of time into what they do. So like making rice,
Yeah.
it can take years for them to perfect that. Well, not perfect, but do very good. So I think to be fully to reach that level takes a lot of time.
Yeah, takes time.
When I go in the temple, I'm just like, I think you guys are really cool.
Really cool.
Really cool. I actually thought at some point in time during college, I realized I wanted to stop. So right now, currently, I smoke, I drink, I do drugs, I have sex, all that stuff. But during the time in college, there was one incident where I decided like I don't want to do any of this anymore. And that's when I started studying a lot of Buddhism. And I like considered potentially becoming a monk. I just didn't know where to go. Like I was meditating every day, practicing mindfulness, walking mindfulness, breathing mindfulness, reading books every day, going to sleep early, waking up early, just meditating. Turned vegan too. So I really respect what you guys do, and every single time I come to the temple, I really feel humbled. And I just want to not try to disrespect anyone, so I stay on one side, pay my respects.
Appreciate.
Yeah. No, this is incredible that we get to like talk, like, because usually I feel like I'll bother you guys, so it's really nice that we set aside time for something like this. I think this is a good program.
Yeah. Actually, not every monk, like do meditation every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just, especially for myself, I do meditation before I going to sleep, and also sometimes I do when I wake up.
Yeah.
There is 2 times, but every evening before, after we chanting, we do meditation for like a little bit of time, like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and something like that. And at a time we all do together.
But I thought that even just like walking or breathing and practicing mindfulness, just like paying attention to your breath, isn't that like a form of meditation? Just like
That we call concentration meditation.
Concentration meditation.
You have to concentrate on your at a time breathing, like breathing in or breathing out. So in this case of concentration meditation, it depends on you, because this meditation there are 40 ways to practice. It depends on like which way is comfortable for you to practice. there maybe you can pay concentration on your breathing in and breathing out, or maybe you can pay attention on your rising abdomen, rising like rising, lowering, something. Or maybe you can pay concentration on the earth, on the fire, on the color, something like that.